ప్రపంచ శాంతికి ఆదర్శ గ్రామం మన ప్రశాంతి నిలయం. మనది వసుధైవ కుటుంబకం. ప్రస్తుతం భావి భారత పౌరులను తీర్చిదిద్దడమే అధ్యాపకుల ప్రథమ కర్తవ్యం. అయితే మనం ప్రస్తుతం ఎక్కడ ఉన్నాం? ఏది మన లక్ష్యం? ఎలా ప్రయాణం సాగించాలి? మన ముందున్న ప్రశ్నలు. కలిసికట్టుగా అందరం చేపట్టాల్సిన సమయం. మన స్వామి సేవదళం స్వామి ఆసుపత్రిని 1 సంవత్సరంలో పూర్తి చేసి భక్తి, ప్రేమ చూపించారు. మరలా ఆ సమయం ఆసన్నమైంది. మనందరం కలిసి ఒక అడుగు వేస్తే ఆ సంకల్పాన్ని పూర్తి చేయడానికి స్వామి శక్తిని ఇస్తారు అని నా ఉద్దేశం. అయితే మనం ప్రపంచ 112 ప్రజాస్వామ్య రాజ్యాల్లో 65వ స్థానంలో ఉన్నాం. ప్రపంచ సంతోష సూచికలో 149 రాజ్యాల్లో 139వ స్థానంలో ఉన్నాం. దాన్ని ప్రథమ స్థానంలో తేవడానికి మనం బాధ్యత వహిద్దాం. అదే మన స్వామికి 100వ పుట్టినరోజు కానుకగా సమర్పిద్దాం. మన స్వామి చెప్పినట్లు మీరు నన్ను సంతోషింపచేసి నన్ను తృప్తిపరచాలంటే సమస్త జీవుల్లోనూ నన్ను దర్శిస్తూ నన్ను సేవించినట్లే సమస్త జీవులను సేవించండి. అదే సరి అయిన ఆరాధనా భావం. అదే నా దరికి మిమ్మల్ని చేర్చే పూజా విధానం. ఉపాధ్యాయుడికి స్వర్ణ అవకాశం. సాయిరామ్. Memoirs of Janusz Korczak, Father of Child Rights. First published October 1924. Reference is to the Polish school during Russian occupation prior to the First World War. Forgive me, children. You are supposed not to teach us anymore. From the back row, the voice of Adam, in the same grade for the second year. The teacher said nothing, only looked at Adam. And that new teacher, won't he teach us? The teacher said nothing, straightened his eyeglasses. It was very quiet in the classroom. Josiah was thinking, that Adam's got nerve. How can he behave like that? Many children must have thought that the teacher was bound to feel hurt. Interesting things had been happening. There had been 3 new teachers, one just before the vacations, then one more, and again another, all young. That second one had talked with them most. Vasek had just been playing with the ball, and the teacher, "Hey, you fighter, where is your school?" "Not boy," he said, "but fighter. Let me have the ball." And when he kicked, he merely drew back a little, and the ball went straight up. Vasek thought that was the end of it. It was out of sight. Immediately, a crowd gathered. They had guessed a new teacher, and he, as if he has been here long, joking, asking questions, jolly amusing. The river, the mushrooms in the wood, who can swim, jump. "You must have been in the war, teacher." "Sure I was, my friend. If need be, I will go again." "And will you teach us?" Patrick ventured. "That remains to be seen." He had stood in front of the school for a while, asked whether the girls or the boys could sing better, and he sang something himself. Then he went in to have a talk with the principal, went over the school, said, "So long, kids," and was gone. He did not come back, and now the children were waiting for the old teacher to explain. Not a word. He told them to say prayers, murmurs of disappointment here and there. "You may sit down." But he did not sit down himself, stood, and now looked through the window, no longer at Adam. Once they had been glad when he looked through the window, for whoever was called to the blackboard could get away with a wrong answer because the teacher wasn't even listening. Now they felt troubled. They would like to know. The teacher took off his glasses, wiped them unnecessarily, and put them on again. Now surely he will say something. If only Adam will keep his mouth shut. Now he will begin. "Quiet, don't talk. Now, well, what was I going to say?" The children guessed correctly. He began. "Come over here, Adam." Adam hesitated. "Go, Adam, go. The teacher is calling you." "That is how it is, my boy. It will still be me teaching you." That other said, "Hero fighter." "Yes, I will go on. You must wait a little longer. You must be patient for another year. Our school is not to the liking of those young gentlemen. They find it too poor, too small, cramped, and sad. There were five of them. Three. You saw only three because two didn't even come in. Probably there were still more of them. And I taught your parents in this school. Remember? I was telling you, you expect us not to remember? The teacher started to tell them what they already knew, but a bit differently this time. He said nothing about the whole of Poland and Warsaw, Vilno, Poznan, and Lithuania, but only about the school, that it was old and so was he, that the school would die soon like an old, tired, and sick grandfather. Not long now, there will be a brick building like the one in the town, in the marketplace, a playground by the school, large classrooms and high windows, beautiful pictures on the walls, physical training, marches with a band, a school flag, all sorts of performances, amusements, games with a big ball, probably target practice, and a swing? Surely a swing, moving pictures on the wall, the people in the pictures moving about, just like real. But it must be dark in the room, so the windows will have blinds. And they said in the paper that there is a new kind of telegraph, so that when someone tells a story in Warsaw, it can be heard through electricity any other place. Everything will be there. I know that you are cramped, have to sit uncomfortably, and there are better benches elsewhere. But it all costs a lot, and we are still poor. And if the mother hasn't got the money, she can't buy it for her child, no matter how she may want to, and how many bitter tears she will shed over it. That is how it is. No one wants to buy tears, no good to anyone. God alone counts the tears of fathers and mothers and of old teachers like myself. And out of those tears, He builds. He gave us the polished school, and that was harder, much harder work. Now we shall have a new school, a fine one. They will come to pull down this old shack, throw away the rubble and the rotten boards. They will put target together stacks of new doors and windows, bring bricks to the site, and nothing but a memory will remain of this school. And you will have boots to go to school in winter and summer. You'll have lots of well illustrated books, young teachers to teach and play with you. But as things are, they don't want to. They say, what in this old shack? Forgive me, children, and you, Adam, mighty boy. Forgive me that we are still poor, like a family where the father has been sick a long time and now looks around bewildered at having escaped death, tries to get his bearings. He had just gotten up for the first time, but he is so weak that everything seems to spin round him. He cannot stand alone yet and must lean on his son's arm. The old teacher put his hand on Adam's shoulder. The boy drew near and straightened up. And I want you children to forgive me that you have no new teacher yet, a young and gay one. I will go on teaching you. Be patient. It is not for long. Tears ran down under his glasses. In the complete quiet of the classroom, Josiah's whisper could be heard. You see, Adam, what you have done. And the teacher looked straight into Adam's eyes and asked, are you annoyed with me? Why should I be annoyed? Far from it. You are okay by us, sir. That is how the new school year began in a poor rural school. I repeat, that is how the new school year began in a poor rural school. Jai Hind and Sai Ram.